I'm Modern Mulan, your host for IC Stories Manila. Welcome to our fifth episode on how you can earn as a content creator or kung kayo naman na may-ari ng business at gusto ninyong lumawak ang reach ninyo and you want to hire creators for you, ayan. So pag-uusapan natin how you can leverage that with Content Fly. So alam niyo na kung anong gagawin natin today, no? Mag-start tayo with market updates, napakahalaga niyan. Specifically, updates for ICP. And then, yung quick AMA natin with our special guest, papakilala natin mamaya. And then, of course, ang ating pag-games after the end of the AMA. So, bongga rin yung mga papremyo natin today. We have 50,000 Dogme tokens in total. So, yung 20,000 na yon dedicated po sa mga magsisend ng best questions during the AMA and then the rest para sa games na natin. Alright, so ang lagi nga natin sinasabi dito sa crypto, lamang ang merong alam at mas nakakalamang ang mga unang nakakaalam, syempre. So, ayan, napakarami nating updates. Pero I think it's fair to start siguro with our mga nagchat-chat during the live stream. Ayan. Palangga ICP, welcome back. Na-miss ka namin. Eugene, hello. Ayan. Hi, Palangga. Kumusta? And then, Trix, si Trix na una na no, sa mga questions. Don't worry, later we'll ask all of these questions. All right. So, ayan, as I've said, let me catch you up on what you might have missed this week sa ICP. So, starting with, wait, open natin yung Twitter, no? Iba rin kasi kapag meron kang nakikita, di ba? So, ayan. Share lang natin ng mabilisan ang ating screen. So, let's start with this one. Ito, nabanggit na natin last time, no? So, nasabi natin na si Dominic Williams, ang founder and chief scientist ng Dogfinity, will be speaking, no? Ito yung isa ng speakers sa token 2049. So, you can follow them sa Twitter. Ito po yung kanilang handle para updated kayo sa kung ano yung mga topics and other speakers nila with this very relevant and needed na event. No? Sana marami pang ganito. No? Hopefully, yung next nila, malay nyo dito sa Philippines para pwede tayong mag-attend ng face-to-face. Alright. So, yung next naman nating update is kung attend kayo dun sa Singapore, meron po silang meet up doon, no? So it's a collaboration of Dogfinity, Outliers, Dragon Roark ICP. It's called a super meet up po. Ayan. This is happening on September 28, 2 to 4 p.m. SG time. So, alam ko nasa Twitter din yan. Let's try to show that really, really quick. Ayan. I'm not sure kung nakikita nyo na sa screen ninyo, pero ayun, ulitin lang natin yung information. Ang meet-up po nila sa Singapore is on September 28, 2 to 4 p.m. SG time. And then for the third information or third update natin, so we have Dominic Williams, yung founder-chief. Yung keynote speech niya ay i-deliver din niya sa 2022 WX Blockchain Summit. So yan, no, napakarami, very busy po yung founder natin. Hopefully, sana maka-ano rin natin siya dito sa live stream, no? Para kung may mga questions kayo regarding Dogfinity, pwede nating i-direct sa kanya. And then, for our fourth update naman, eto siya. Sandali, try nating i-share sa screen natin. So, saan na ba siya? Ayaw niya magpakita sa inyo. Medyo camera shy pa yung ano natin, yung update natin. Pero it's a tweet from ICP Manila din, no? So maybe hindi natin mapakita ngayon. Pero if you go sa Twitter natin, which is at ICP Manila, makita nyo na yung Startup Grind Dubai with how blockchain will impact the tech industry. So you can check that out. That's actually tomorrow po, no? September 22. Tama ba? Yes, September 22. So, kung hindi nyo pa fina-follow po ang ICP Manila sa ating Twitter, you are missing out on so much information, no? Gaya ng napag-usapan natin with the previous episodes, ngayong, kumbaga bear market, di ba? Usually, nawawalan ng interest yung mga tao. Pero actually, eto talaga yung panahon na dapat nagbabaon tayo at very updated tayo sa market. Kasi naniniwala talaga ako na kung sino yung mga nagbe-build during this time ay sila yung very ready for the next pop-off ng market or for the next bull run natin, no? Kasi nakapwesto na sila, di ba? Hindi kagaya ng ibang projects na pataas na tapos doon pa lang sila naghahabol. So please follow us sa ating mga social media accounts. Nakalink po lahat ng yan sa ating description box. And then yung next naman natin, so again, this is just a reminder na meron na po tayong official Discord channel. Ayan. So, may chance kayo na manalo po ng mga NFTs natin, yung Orblings NFTs. These are very, very cute. Kung hindi nyo pa sila nakikita, we'll try to show you during the game portion, yung sample na NFTs nila. So yan, sali na po kayo. Ongoing pa po ang event natin sa Discord, no? This will last for 3 days. We have 3 days to join. Again, link in the description box. And then yung sixth update natin is that as you know, nagkaroon po tayo ng ICP na meet and greet dito sa Philippines, 'di ba? Well, hindi naman papahuli yung mga international friends natin, of course. Sa Zurich po, yesterday, nagkaroon din sila ng meet-up. That was on September 20, 6 p.m. Sayang wala tayo doon, no? Maybe next time, aside sa mga ma-attendan natin, hopefully, yung mga meet-up dito sa Philippines, sana eventually makapunta din tayo doon, no? So, alam ko meron din siyang tweet regarding that one. Okay, eto. Totoo na 'to, meron na talaga siya sa Twitter. Hanapin natin. Sorry, hindi ko alam bakit ayaw makisama ng ano natin today for this live stream. Pero anyway, babawi ako lahat ng binanggit natin na hindi natin napakita right away. Ililink ko rin po 'yan 'no, para, um, matuklasan ninyo. Tuklasan. Um Ayan, eto. So, eto yung photo nila nung kanilang meet-up, 'no. So, left corner of the photo, almost out of sight, si John Ball, genius behind the Pokebots. Ayan siya, camera shy lang siya. So, eto, nakakatuwa talaga kapag merong mga meet-up na ganito, 'no. It just goes to show na this is a real community, hindi lang within the space. Very important, 'no, within the Web3 space, pero also going outside, 'no. So, ayan, that's really, really nice. Again, hopefully, um makasama tayo sa mga ganitong international na meetups nila, no? And speaking of people na we want to meet in person, um, I would like to call in our speaker, si Mr. apeincrypto, no? Isa rin to sa mga tao na napakaraming mga insights talaga, not only specifically for ICP, pero I think crypto in general, no? So let's call him in and ask him what he thinks of today's episode, kung ano yung inaabangan niya na topic natin, and of course, a quick summary just in case you missed our last episode. So, Mr. apeincrypto, hi! Welcome to our stream. Welcome to our fifth episode. How are you doing?
I'm good, Modern Mulan. Thank you very much. Ang ganda ng intro mo, ha. And ang ganda ng introduction mo, yung news mo about the Zurich meetup. Actually, nakakaingit nga.
'Di ba?
Hopefully,
Kung
nandun tayo.
kung puwede lang 'no, oo nga. At saka ang dami nila and I think, kapag gano'n napaka-laman siguro ng topic 'no, to be surrounded by like-minded people. Very, very exciting siguro 'yun and iba yung energy.
Yeah, ang ganda ng sinabi mo actually na we, now is the time, kumbaga, to learn or to build actually. Kasi nga bear market ngayon, di ba? So, marami tayong
Mm.
opportunity na mag-research, pero most of the time, yung mga tao tinatamad and ayaw nilang makisali sa community kasi nga mababa
Mm.
yung prices ng market. But if you think about it, ito yung opportunity. Ito yung pinaka-opportune time na we can really contribute sa community. And learn kung ano ba yung mga ecosystem right now. And speaking of that ecosystem, I just wanna go back from our last week topic na napakaganda actually, Go Bazinga, which is
Oo nga.
TikTok. Oo nga, di ba? And si Rishi was ang dami niyang insight na naibigay, very, very humble na tao. At the same time, nakikita ko yung potential eh. Kasi right now, nakikita mo yung mga market right now, ang daming games. It's really play to earn. Okay din naman yon actually. Basta fun yung game. But
Mhm.
at the same time, naisip ko yung opportunity na yung mga Web 2 na sikat na app, why not we do it decentralized?
Mhm.
Para kumbaga yung user also earns, 'di ba? Kumbaga at the same time, meron kang parang opportunity where um, part ka nung decentralized app, para kang part owner. 'Di ba? Ang laking
Tama,
bagay.
tama. I love that you pointed out na napakarami ng games pero there's still such a huge gap with regards to yung mga social media. So yung mga social media apps natin, no? Oo, ang dami sa Web 2, ganyan. And there are some na nagka-try ng Web 3, pero konti lang yung nakaka-capture ng essence. So I think wala namang problem sa mga current ano natin, no? TikTok is fun, Instagram, YouTube, ganyan. And ang ginagawa ng iba kasi, when they think of Web 3, gagawa sila ng social media app sobrang iba sa ngayon. So I think it's also very interesting kung you take what's good of what we have, yung existing, because it's not broken eh, 'di ba? And people
Yeah.
obviously they love it already. Why not take that and then i-improve mo lang? And yun nga, wag ipalitan completely. So it's really really interesting and gaya ng nasabi natin last time, no, sobrang nakakatuwa na part tayo habang nagbe-build pa lang sila. And I'm so excited siguro maybe a year, 5 years, 10 years from now to look back
Mhm.
on 2022 and know na parang okay na nag-start pa lang sila nung may mga
Yeah.
ideas pa lang and now parang sobrang laki na nila and they're finally getting the attention that they deserve, no? So ayan, very
Yeah.
very exciting times ahead.
Para sa akin mangyayari yun, definitely. Because
Mhm.
that's the power of decentralization. So, alam mo yun, ICP, we want to benefit really on that 100% on-chain, truly
Mhm.
decentralized. And internet computer, kumbaga, can provide that eh. So, yun yung
Yeah.
pinakamalaking difference. Rather than Web 2.5, 'di
Mm.
ba?
Oo
Rather
nga.
than, we want, 'di ba, alanganin, 'di ba? So,
Yeah,
kumbaga,
oo.
yung front end, you do it along Amazon Web Service, and then yung back end, you do it decentralized. We want it 100% on-chain, fully
Mm.
decentralized.
Para
Yeah,
din mas I think mas accessible na rin siya nun 'no. So, sa mga comments natin may mga nagha-hi, ang usual na number one fan po ng ating
thank
ano,
you.
ICP, Palangga ICP, maraming salamat. Sian Mercado, thank you so much for, being here. Ay naku, si Franz Radio may ba-change name, Gizmo na siya ngayon. Thank you so much Gizmo, ayan. Maraming maraming salamat po. Kurisu IC, hello, hindi ko alam kung nakapag-hi na tayo. Thank you very much po. And ayun nga 'no, remind ko lang napaka-exciting po ng giveaways natin for this episode at saka ayun babalik natin yung game natin. So i-ready niyo na, maging alert and kicking po kayo, alive and kicking dahil, all throughout this episode before ano, magda-drop na tayo ng hints kung ano ba yung mga possible answers para sa game natin. So mag-notes na kayo guys, yan quiz bee, charot. Hindi, ayun babanggitin natin yung mga, papakita natin na logo, ayan. Carl Joshua, hello po, kumusta? Eugene 121, thank you so much for being here. Ayan, alright, I think 'wag na nating
Yep.
pahabain pa. Tawagin na natin ang ating special guest. So, again, this is a person, a representative. Direct na po ito, so prepare your questions. Please meet Sam from Contentfly.
Ang
Hi,
co-founder.
Sam. Co-founder of
So,
Contentfly.
hey
Hi,
guys,
how are you?
nice, good. Pleased to be here.
Thank you so much for gracing us with your
Yeah.
time. And we have so many questions for you, Sam. But
Ah,
before we bombard you with those, can you give us a quick introduction of yourself?
G'day, I am Sam McCallum, one of the co-founders of Contentfly, and I handle kind of all things non-technical. Basically, it's just my co-founder and I. So I deal with design, marketing. I've got my head deep into the white paper at the moment. So
Mhm.
yeah, partnerships and all those kind of things I deal with. So yeah, that's me. Before Contentfly, my co-founder Henry and I have been building software, or mainly mobile apps on iOS and stuff for various people. So that's kind of our background. Henry's got a long background of app development, and I've got different backgrounds in
Yeah.
marketing
Sam.
and yeah.
Hi Sam, what do you do before Contentfly, and how did you start?
Yeah, so I was just in another job, and my co-founder Henry was finishing up at a company who basically ran a influencer marketplace kind of mobile app, and they were shutting that down. And the community that was part of that app still wanted the app to run, and so Henry kind of was interested in blockchain space and learnt about the internet computer and the advantages, and learnt about the grant program, and then compiled that with the problems that he was having at that his current work, which was like the founders shutting it down, but the community wanted to keep it going. So realized that if we could build something on internet computer that would solve that problem. And we thought the freelancer space is a pretty cool use case for a Web3 app run by a DAO, where people can have ownership and really kind of benefit from that.
And now, can you give us like a brief introduction of what Contentfly is and how it aligns to everything that you have mentioned right now?
Yeah, so basically Contentfly is, people could probably most assimilate it to something like Fiverr or an Upwork. So it is a fully on-chain, so it's all running in using like smart contracts on internet computer using Motoko. So it's fully all on-chain, and it is a Web3 app. And it's a job management tool and marketplace. So basically, if anyone wants content created, whether that's copywriting, design, all those kind of things, anyone can sign up as a buyer who needs that content, or a creator who can create that content. And people can post jobs, and then creators can look through the jobs and look through the budgets and see if their skills align. They can pitch for that job. They can send a concept to the buyer, so the buyer will receive all different kind of concepts, and then the buyer chooses the person they want to work with, and deposits their money. They only deposit the funds at that point. At the moment, we're using internet computer, the native token, ICP. So they deposit that money, and they choose to pay the buyer in a lump sum, or they can stream the payment over the duration of the job. Every second the creator can get payment. And then they work with the creator, and they iterate on the concept. And then when that's kind of come to completion, they're happy. The creator kind of uploads the final content. They both sign off on it, and then the funds get the smart contract automatically releases the funds to the creator. And there's lots of other parts about it that are quite cool that you can do when it's all running on chain, on a blockchain, like managing a dispute with a DAO, like a DAO of members that get called in and vote on the dispute of who should get the payment and those kind of things. But yeah, that's kind of the basic rundown of it. Later, or at some stage, we can go through what it looks like and how it works, and we can talk about plans for releasing the Fly token, which will enable people to have ownership of the platform, earn rewards, basically like dividends as a shareholder, and then also vote on the future progression or management of the app as well. So yeah, we can do that at some stage.
The timing of Contentfly creation is just perfect, I think, because number one, as we are transitioning into Web3, I think we really do need like a marketplace for freelancers, such as, or something similar to Fiverr and Upwork. And then the second one is, I think we've seen an uproar of freelancers, especially here in the Philippines, because of the pandemic, so many were displaced with their
Yeah,
jobs, and or
exactly.
others are just looking for, side hustles. So those are the perfect marketplaces to look for such jobs. And I think, um even as the pandemic waning, people have realized the opportunity of, working from home and having freelance jobs, basically. So I really think that Content Fly is such a great concept, and I'm interested to know more. You mentioned something about showing us the platform. Maybe you can
Yeah,
do that now.
Yeah,
yeah. Go ahead,
sure.
Sam.
Okay, no worries. We're locked and loaded. We'll see if this works.
We're so excited to see how it actually looks, and
Yeah,
how maybe you can give us a rundown as well, like the
yeah.
basics of how we
Mhm.
can navigate it.
Modern Mulan,
Yeah,
actually, we will participate on this as we want to feature a request for ICP Manila. Of course, we want to
Oh,
enhance, yeah,
wow.
to improve our layout. So I've
Mhm.
spoken to Sam that yeah, ICP Manila will be part of the first groups who will be requesting for job breaks.
yeah,
That's
cool.
so
Yeah,
exciting. Yeah.
we're always looking for creators and buyers, but buyers especially to post jobs so that creators can have something to work on. And then
Yeah.
yeah, you can post a job and you can invite the people that are part of your community to sign up as creators, and they can pitch for the job. So it can be you and your community working on jobs. So um, yeah. So basically, this is the main kind of home screen that kind of directs people into a funnel, down a
Mhm.
funnel kind of thing. So this is all, as I said, running on chain on internet computer. And yeah, you can choose to, obviously, I'm already logged in, so I won't
Mhm.
go through the whole login process, but at the moment, people can log in with internet identity. At some
Oh, yeah.
stage, we're thinking of changing that a little bit to make it easier where people can just use like an email, something, we really want to reduce friction.
Oh,
So
yeah.
basically, if we just on the left side here, you can browse creators. So you can look at creators in different creator types. So that's all our creator types up there. And we added general, just if someone doesn't consider themselves like a professional in some of those areas, if they're just like a meme creator or something.
Mhm.
Um, Here we've got just a bunch of different creators on the platform, and you can go to people's profile. So you can, this is somebody we recently worked with on one of our jobs to create this new proof of job completion NFT. So he put that on his portfolio. So yeah, you can have like a bit of description
Nice.
about them, type of creator they are, and its subtype, the type of skills. And then you can also, if you've got a job, you can invite them to a job that you've got, and they'll get a
Can you also
notification.
rate like a creator, like after you've worked with them? Will you be also
Yeah.
to post like a testimony or like stars to give them?
Yeah. So at this stage, we don't have any kind of rating system. All we've got is really this um, proof of job completion NFT. So that's why we
Mm.
got a new design
Oh,
for this. So basically, at the end of a job, both the buyer and the creator automatically, the smart contract mints them a proof of job completion NFT, which
Oh,
really
that's so
acts,
cool. Yeah.
yeah, which acts as like a certificate for the job.
Mhm.
So you can see
Mhm.
here that if this was like, this is just based off the design, but um, basically that's the job name, the buyer, the creator, and just showing, basically that shows two different things for both parties. The buyer, it's really just to show that they're a good actor, that they're not
yeah,
Mhm.
saying you do all this work and not pay someone or something like that. And for the
yeah.
Yeah.
creator, it shows that it proves their skills. Say if they're a designer,
Mhm.
it proves that they
Nice.
can do certain design work and stuff. But yeah, that's, there's definitely endless possibilities on in terms of, like a
Mhm.
rating system and those kind of things for the future.
Uh,
So yeah, that's basically all the creators. You can
uh,
invite them. Yeah.
what kind of requests are open to your platform? Any kind of request, or
Yeah.
mostly just a digital layout?
Mm, in terms of the job type,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah.
job type's really quite open. It's really quite flexible. I'll just show you. the job screen. So we've just got a couple of jobs here at the moment from other internet computer teams. You might know of VRSTL. They're doing like a collab
Oh
with
yeah,
Infinity
that's
Swap at the
big. That's
moment
big.
for
Yeah.
a Gizmo. I think I saw Gizmo in the chat there. So which is a new sentient wallet. A
Fan
new
of this.
sentient. It's like a new sentient wallet from VRSTL, who are the people behind. They do a lot of like 3D fashion and stuff. So, and then there's also Team Bonzo or Contribute, who are one of the winners of the category in the recent hackathon. So basically, yeah, you can. So these kind of jobs, this is like a meme. They're both contests. So there's two types of jobs. There's a one-to-one job or a contest. They're quite similar, but one has private submissions and one has public submissions. So
The
these
contest
guys,
concept is so interesting.
yeah. So one of the platforms that we use from Australia, it's all around kind of everyone can see everyone's submissions, and there's definitely pros and cons of both. I think if there's public submissions, then people try and one up each other and they do better. They submit a lot more. They work harder, I think. But some people that come to it might go, "Oh, that's all really good. I don't think I'm that good." So they might, if they can see all these good designs. Yeah, there's definitely pros and cons of both. But so basically, this is what a job page, like the detail job page. We call this the brief. So it's basically what industry the job is in, what they need about the buyer, some technical stuff over here.
I'm seeing budget. But they're written as budget 1 ICP. Is that like the minimum number of ICP that one would accept to work? Is that how?
So the minimum is like really small. It's like 0.01 or something. These guys, instead of giving away ICP, they're giving away like they're just kind of manually giving away NFTs to like multiple. Like they're their favorite top 5 or 10 or something. But normally if you just choose one, because if they just chose like one person, then that one person would get that full budget. If you go back and you see this other job over here, they're paying 15 for just one person, 15, for the winner, for like a new logo designed.
That's big.
Yeah. So I think at the moment we've got up to like, we put a budget up to a maximum of 500 or so. We don't want to make it like huge. We want to like make it just higher and higher, just as we're more and more confident with the security, which we are at the moment. But we're going to be getting a security audit from like a proper established security auditor. So we just kept it at 500. But here you've got the submissions of kind of the memes that they wanted, VRSTL wanted developed for the Gizmo wallet, just so that the positive, one good part about about a contest job is that it can create buzz like around a launch and that kind of thing. So I just go back to the submissions and you can just view submission and the details. I'm obviously operating here not as the buyer of this job, so I can't see some certain admin things. Like if you go in here and you're the buyer, you can click chat to the creator or award job to the creator.
Cool. Yeah.
So that's about it. And then here you've got like I'm the creator here because I actually submitted a concept for this job. And then you can chat to them and talk about stuff and, iterate and update the concept requests from the buyer.
So who is the highest job request provider who's giving, how much ICP is the highest currently right now?
It's just these guys at the moment. There's not heaps of jobs on the platform at the moment. Just because we're quite small and
actually that's a good thing. Really?
Yeah. We're just kind of taking it, slowly onboarding people, talking to teams, getting feedback on the whole job process from start to finish, learning, even things around like people put up some inspirational images for something that they want created, like a logo. They might put up a picture of like like a dog or like something, but we need to maybe change some of the wording where it's like put up a picture of an actual logo that you like the style of instead of just a dog because you want the dog in the logo, you want maybe the style. So some of those
To
technical
avoid
things around.
confusion, yeah.
So
to summarize, if I am looking for someone to create content for me, there are two ways that I could do it. The first listing is to just explicitly say that I'm looking for one creator and then people could apply. And then the second one is in a contest form where people could publicly submit their designs, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so I'll show you you can click new job up the top here, or the same from the home screen. You can click new job, but basically this is like the job wizard that it takes you through steps, 5 steps for you to post a job. You don't have to pay anything when you post a job. You only pay something when you award the job to someone you like. You like their concept. So, if you don't get any good concepts you want, you can just close the job and you won't pay anything. So you've got contest job here and one-to-one. You can put in some information about the job. I'll just put that in. And then you can go through and
just publish
step by step. So then you can say
I
you
love
want.
that it's I love that it's divided into like these like chunks of the steps so that it's so much easier, not only for people who have not used Fiverr before, or if it's their first time using Content Fly, it would be so much easier. And I think, like you mentioned, less friction for everyone.
Yeah. I think once people, at the moment, like for people who haven't used many internet computer apps, the sign up / login can be a little bit tricky. But I think once you're on the app, uploading photos, chatting, doing all that kind of stuff is quite straightforward. It looks like any other like Web 2 app. Obviously some things around like the payment and the wallet and stuff like that is a little bit of a friction point, but I've got the view that in the future,
everyone will be well versed.
Well, I think that people won't even know they're really interacting with the blockchain half the time.
That's the idea. That's the idea.
That's a goal.
So I think login and wallet and those kind of things, you could just use, like at some stage you can choose to pay in this or use your credit card or those kind of things. So so maybe you can choose whether you want to log in with this technical thing or log in with just like some email or something in the future. But we're just testing with Bitcoin at the moment, so that'll be live soon. So this is just Bitcoin testing.
Oh wow, that is amazing.
So that's kind of cool. That's exciting. That's what Henry's been working on for the last few days, a week or so. We actually live together. He's in the other room just watching.
I see.
We all moved cities, and my wife and Henry.
The dedication. That's so nice to hear.
So then you say what you need, and then the creator type you need. So this is all our creator categories at the moment. It's quite open to anything people want, which is a good thing and a bad thing, because if people can get whatever they want, but they're also like, oh, what is this for, this this platform? But so then you've got a top level creator type and then sub skills. So you can say I want a designer, and then I want a 3D designer. Anyway, I won't go through all the steps, but basically it just says like here's the budget and the requirements, and then you've got like the due date and just some more things about what you need and when you need it, and all those kind of things. And then the job will get posted. As I said, you don't have to pay for anything. So it just gets posted. And
ICP Manila will be filing for a job order. Hopefully it will be the
we'll
biggest.
have a listing there.
Hopefully it will be the biggest, because something that I've been thinking about. So I'll be placing it there, and hopefully it will have the highest traction at the same time, highest what do you call this? Salary, or more of a
budget.
Budget. The highest budget.
That
we're looking forward to it, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. You can put up like a contest job if you want to if you want like to create some buzz and everyone can see what's happening, or you can just create like a one-to-one job. if it's something a little bit more private. And you can also even make the job unlisted, so that nobody can
Oh,
see
I
it unless you share
see.
the job
Yeah.
to them. So, you know, some
So you could
organizations,
direct someone.
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah,
I,
some organizations don't
yeah.
want to like show everyone what they're doing. So, you know,
Yeah.
we want to keep it secret. So, yeah.
Sam, this is a bit of a hard question. Um, Normally, yeah, I do ask this on several projects, especially here in the Philippines. What does the revenue model look like for the
Mhm.
project to ensure that you stay afloat in the coming years, in the coming months?
Mm.
Of
Yeah.
course, we
So,
have VCs. Of course, we have support from the foundation. Yeah, but at the end of the day, what does the revenue look like?
yeah,
Revenue model.
we think it's our plan is to have it basically similar to the other freelancer platforms, but we think that we can operate at a lower percentage. The exact percentage that we'll end up with is still to be determined. Most
Mm.
platforms are charging like, some are charging like 20 to 30%
Mm.
from creators or buyers or both or whatever. We
Yeah,
think we can operate significantly less than that. But
Yeah.
obviously, you know, you can't just keep making tokens and expect them to have value forever. So you do need to have
Mm.
yeah,
that that revenue coming in. But we think with the shareholders and the users having a large crossover, that, you know, with a traditional platform, you got users and you got shareholders. So
Mhm.
you know, just got lots of different parties. But then when they're one party, they're kind of doing the work and earning at the same time. And like, I think there's less people kind of like needing to take a cut of the revenue and stuff. And I think it
yeah.
just be a lot leaner, like simpler management through a
Mm.
DAO. So yeah, we're kind of putting that all in like a light paper at the moment that we're talking to
Yeah.
various people about. We'll receive feedback, and you know, people want to follow us on Twitter is probably the best place
Mhm.
to see when we do talk about and announce the tokenomics model and the release of like a token, and how people can get rewards and early token rewards, and the sale and those kind of things. It's probably best to follow us on Twitter. So that's just
Mm.
Content Fly app, at Content Fly app. So yeah, um, yeah.
I think we'll also link all of your social media accounts. We have a link tree. You just I'll be adding that in the description box. And then if you click that one link, you'll be able to see all of the other social media and even the platform shown here today. You can also access that. So make sure to follow them, be a part of their community, say hi, tell them that you are coming from ICP
Yeah.
Manila. And if you have feedback, definitely you can share it there. I think one of the great things about startups are they're very very much open to all information that you want to share. So speaking of which, we have some questions from our community. Are you okay? Are you ready to answer some
Oh,
of them?
nice.
Uh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I guys still got a little bit more to go through on like the buyer side of a job, but we can run through
Agree.
some questions first and get back to it if you like.
And get back to it.
Oh, all
Okay,
right.
okay.
How about we answer one and
Yeah,
then we
sure.
continue with the presentation? All right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this one is from Kurisu. So he's just asking, why did you decide to build specifically on internet computer?
Oh, that's a good
Um,
question.
yeah, basically, we thought that we still do think it's the only way to have an app running in a fully decentralized way, so fully
Mhm.
on chain. We found that, or when we looked at the other chains, that they have like scalability problems. They rely on centralized servers to still, you know, normally people just build an app like a traditional app, and then the only part that's blockchain related is like when you're interacting with like a wallet.
Yeah.
So the actual app is not actually
Yeah.
on chain. It's just on a centralized server. And then I believe, I'm not super technical, but I believe that when you have like a DAO who wants to then put up proposals and automatically, if a proposal gets voted in to say change the Content Fly logo, um, on internet computer, because it's all on chain, once that proposal passes, the code can automatically be kind of actioned, and that logo can change. Whereas on like an app on that's not fully on chain, on another blockchain, then you're really relying on the developer to then, once the proposal passes, to then go change that logo themselves. That's kind of how I see it. And then, you know, some of the other stuff around reverse gas model, where the user going on the app doesn't have to pay for interactions. You know, the kind of developers managing that in the background, you know, automatically getting the actions of running the app is paid in the background. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it just generally it just allows you to do more. Just basically things that you won't be able to do, or have problems scaling if you're not building on internet computer. Thank you for that. I hope we answered your question, Kurisu. Now back to our presentation.
Yeah, so this is just a testing job that we did. So if it looks kind of funny in any regard or brief, it's just because we did some testing with it. So this is a job from a buyer point of view. So it's just a job that I created. So you can see some differences. There's like an edit job brief button here.
Yeah.
And then you can, this is also on the other job, like on whether I'm looking as a creator or buyer, but I didn't mention it before. You can then go ahead and share this job. So that's like a unique job URL. So you can copy that and send it to someone. So if I'm a buyer and I've worked with someone on Fiverr before, but I want to use this platform because it's cheaper, and we both earn rewards from, you know, being on it, and earn revenue as a kind of token holders. Then you can onboard people onto this app. So yeah, rather than managing, you know, if you've been on Fiverr or Upwork and you want to think you can manage it yourself without any app, then you have potential issues of people running away with money, or not doing the work properly, or you know, like if you're a creator, the buyer can just say, hey, I want this added, you know. So we found this as like, if you want to work with different people, you can use Contentfly as just like that, the job management. So in the future, we have planned to have this share job feature integrated with like a recruitment system. So you've got buyers, creators, and then we'll introduce like a third party, which is recruiters. So if you know, in the early days of when the tokens just launch, we plan to have like rewards for people who share this job. If I share it to you and you finish the job, then I get rewards for finding a new creator that's come onto the platform. Or if I share the job, like the whole platform, to you as a buyer, then, and if you create a job and it gets completed, then I get rewards for bringing on a new buyer to the platform, and you know, increasing the scope of the platform and the traction, and new early adopters will get that too, for, you know, helping the ecosystem grow. So here you've got the submissions page we looked at before. It's like a contest job. The workspace is the chat. And then you've also got another two things. So there's the handover page, which is the page that the creator uploads the final deliverable, and you, as the buyer, will look at it, confirm that it's okay, or request for updates, and then go through the process again. And once I'm happy with it, I confirm it. The payment gets released to you. We both get our proof of job completion NFTs. And then I also get, as a buyer, a second NFT, which is mentioned here, that you can claim. I've already claimed them, but it's a deliverable ownership NFT. So it's more like a traditional NFT. So if you guys are the creator and you create the content for this job, and you put that and you upload that and I sign off on it, that final piece of content will get minted into an NFT that I get to keep, basically signifying
that is so
transfer.
cool. That is so cool.
Transfer, like kind of like a transfer of intellectual property between you and I. And then if I want to then go use sell that on a second market at some stage, when we kind of integrate that into our platform, that's like something that we could do. So if I'm someone that I think knows what will sell good as an NFT, but I'm not a creator, I can procure services from you and then sell that that NFT. And then
such a good use of it though.
And then the last page is just the last tab is the payment page, which just shows the payment that's gone from the escrow, which is the escrow smart contract, which stores the payment securely and only releases it when the job's finished. So that's to the creator there. And as I said, if this is a lump sum payment, but if it was a beam payment, which is streaming payment every second the creator gets payment, if that was the case, and if it was a week-long job, after a few days, you can claim payment every day or every few minutes if you want, but you'll pay obviously a little small fee for every time you claim. So you can, if you've got some bills to pay after a few days, you can claim that payment halfway through the job and use that, unlock that ICP. So that's basically it from the buyer side of view.
Yeah. So Sam, so I have a specific question. We'll go back to the notification. That's a good feature.
Yeah.
I have a specific question. Does the app basically sets a certain turnaround time for each stage? I think it's also very critical that there's a turnaround time on it.
Oh, you mean for like the job, like the duration of the job?
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, when you create a job, you set the due date.
Okay.
And then on the jobs page, it basically shows the due date here. You've got 7 days, 13 days.
I see.
Okay.
After at that stage, after that time, it'll get like unlisted automatically from this public view, but the people who have the unique link or who have been pitching on the job or chatting can keep talking. At this stage, we're really it relies on the rules in the smart contract, or the payment rely on the job can go over time. It's just that the payment will only get released when the buyer accepts the final kind of deliverable.
Okay, I got it.
So yeah, you kind of rely on a bit of good faith there. Otherwise, you got to make decisions about canceling the job, or you got to kind of step in some way. And But the other thing I didn't mention is if either party at any point in the job is not happy with what's happening, like after, that's when the job has been awarded to a creator. So you've got the job posting, the submissions, and then you actually award the job to a creator. Between after you've awarded the job and before the finish of it, either party can issue a dispute and basically say, this is why I'm unhappy. And then the other party will have, I think it's a couple of days or a few days to submit their side of the story, and then that goes into our it puts a proposal up into our what we're calling our DAO dispute, like a dispute jury. So then at the moment the DAO is just Henry and I, and so we look at the job and we can vote on how much of the payment goes to each party. But in the future, that'll be managed by randomly selected DAO members, like 5 members who look at the job, and vote on where the payment should go. So
I'm glad that you mentioned that, because those types of situations cannot be 100% eradicated, because it's very evaluating someone's work is somehow also very subjective, and there are also technical aspects. So many factors go into it, and I think one of the problems as well that are being encountered by freelancers are mentioned here by Gizmo. So Gizmo said that scammers are everywhere, even in freelancing platforms, such as fake buyers. So as creators, how can we identify fake buyers in the platform in Contentfly?
Yeah, so I mean, it really depends on how much at the start, like on a platform, like even like Google Maps, if people start on there, you don't know, they've got no rating or review or those kind of things. So it is a little bit tricky, but you definitely will know that a buyer, after they've done a few jobs, that a buyer is a good actor by looking at their proof of job completion.
The NFTs.
NFTs and those kind of things. I mean, people can still game the system at that stage by completing their own jobs. But I mean, it's not something we've thought a lot about at this stage because of just the life, like where we are in the life cycle of our platform. But it's definitely something that that we'll consider going forward as it grows, and think about potential ways of kind of fixing that. But I mean, basically, the most likely problem would be that if I'm a dodgy buyer, I create a job, and then you submit some concept. And then, if you submit a really detailed concept or something, like you've got to have a bit of smarts around you around, if it's like a writing task and I need a blog post written, then, if you send me your whole blog post, then it's probably better just to send like a little snippet. So that's something that we as creators of the platform could say, when they're submitting a concept, saying, maybe just submit like a bit of a draft, not the full thing, to avoid them taking that before you've been awarded the job. And then that's avoiding that before being awarded the job. And then if you submit me a draft and I award you to the job, and then you send me the full thing, and then straight away I just like never talk to you again, then that's at the point that you would be relying on the DAO dispute jury, because they can only be called in once the job's been awarded. So that the DAO dispute jury would come in and say, oh, like you've sent that the blog post, and it looks pretty good, and the other person never spoke again. So but at the end of the day, you've got to there's lots of different sides of the story. So you've got to I think that the DAO dispute jury is like a really good way of doing it. They're the main two kind of problems that I see that could happen, and maybe how to fix them. But some good ideas to think about.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a case to case basis. That's why having a jury evaluating on these situations are very very vital, especially once the platform blows up. So Sam, we still have so many questions for you, but with our limited time, maybe we can just invite you here. Maybe your co-founder can join us, and we can explore the platform more together. Would you be open to that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The time's flown past. I'm normally like pretty much asleep by now, but
we
it's gonna
have
be
a
hard
lot of
sleeping tonight.
questions. Anyway, Mother Mulan, just one last question.
Yes, go ahead.
One is when is the token coming out, and what do you think about the SNS as a DAO actually from the foundation? Will you be using it?
At this stage, we're kind of monitoring what's happening. The space moves so quickly, and at this stage, we don't have a date for the release of the token. We have lots of ideas of how it'll work, how people will get rewards, like the percentages of revenue, those kind of things, which we're kind of not really speaking about too much, because we're still kind of iterating and improving our ideas and talking to people. So that in terms of the timeline, we don't really have a set date, so it would be silly to even speculate. But in terms of the SNS at this stage, that's something that we're probably considering using. But you never know what's like around the corner, because the space moves so quick. So if it was another year before we're like starting to rev up and really start putting things in process, and there's this new kind of other model that we think would suit us better, than something we consider. But at this stage, the SNS looks good, looks great, looks fine.
Nice.
So
nice. Thank you.
And I think that's also one of the great aspects of it. Like, nothing really is set in stone. You have to be very fluid, very flexible with whatever is coming. So again, Sam, thank you so much for being here. We are so honored to be a part of your very early journey with Contentfly. And again, we would love to have you back here and talk more in detail and explore what else Contentfly has to offer. Thank you so much.
No
Thank you
worries.
very
Thanks so
much,
much for having me. I actually really enjoyed it. So it was, I thought I would enjoy it, but I enjoyed it even more than I thought it would.
Thank you very
Oh,
much,
that's
Sam.
so nice to hear.
That's so
Thank
nice. That's so nice.
you.
And
Yeah.
definitely we'll have you back in the future for a longer time. And
Maybe live
yeah,
in the Philippines,
live in
or
the
we could just go
Philippines.
there. Or we could go
Maybe,
there.
yeah. I
Yeah.
I ride my bike a lot, and
I can see it. Yeah,
We'll
nice
have the
background there.
AMA while we're
yeah,
on bikes.
yeah. So I definitely want to get over there and ride my bike around a bit. I do a lot in Thailand, so I like
Yeah,
the warm and hilly roads. So
You
maybe I'll
love
head
it
over.
here.
you
The
love it
view
Yeah,
here. Yeah,
here stunning. Yeah.
yeah.
It
cool.
makes for a great ride. So yeah, Sam, thank you again very very much. We can't thank you enough.
Yeah.
We know you have a very very busy schedule.
Thank
So
you.
having you here means a lot to us. Thank you and have a great night, Sam.
No worries. If
Thank you
people want
very
to
much.
follow us, I'm sure they'll find us, Contentfly app on Twitter, and
Yes.
yeah, they'll find the link tree, and yeah,
We'll
follow the
have it
journey.
also in the description box so that people could easily find you. Thanks,
Cool.
Sam.
Okay, no
Thank you,
worries.
Sam.
Thanks, guys.
Maraming salamat. Good night.
Okay, bye bye,
Bye.
mate.
Thank
Bye.
Yeah.
you. He said maraming salamat. Na-shock ako agad niya na-pick up.
Oo nga.
Grabe, ang saya
Nag-Tagalog
kakwentuhan ni
siya.
Sam, no? And
Oo
actually,
nga.
nasabi niya sa akin backstage na he was not feeling well. So, nagulat ako
Oh,
na ang dami pa rin niyang shinare, no? And kahit
oo nga.
na, alam mo yun, he's feeling under the weather.
Hindi ko namalayan
Again,
yung oras, actually.
oo, and in-explore niya talaga yung ano site nila, no? Napakarami pang magandang questions dito about,
Oo nga.
sabi ni Sian about copyright, no? Napakadami talaga. Ito,
Ayan,
mga
go
prediction,
ahead if you want to
sample.
highlight. Quick highlight.
Iko-cover natin 'yan hopefully. Iba rin kasi 'pag galing sa kanya directly 'no. Pero
Tama.
ayun, isa siya sa mga I know I say this often, pero genuinely isa siya sa mga gusto kong i-invite over 'cause
Natuwa
content
ako,
fly
yeah.
itself, 'di ba, napakaraming possibilities niya 'cause,
Yeah,
ayun nga whether naghahanap ka ng job or ikaw yung gustong mag-hire, it's really
yeah,
the place for you to go. So 'yan, sa mga ano ba natin, sa mga viewers natin ngayon sa live, na-try niyo na ba yung Fiverr, as content creator ba? Naghanap kayo? Because personally ako nagamit ko na, eh, na-try ko
yeah.
na mag-hire and
Ako
quality
din.
content talaga 'no, ang daming
Yeah.
pagpipilian. Sana mag-grow din ng gano'n yung content fly na maraming options. Yan.
Magpo-post ang ICP Manila ng job request sa yeah, sa content fly. Post it na
Yun!
sa hopefully yun yung pinaka-biggest request. We'll see. Meron kasi ako medyo ambitious plan eh. So, yeah, we'll see how that works. Medyo ambitious siya, so we'll see.
Hindi ba siya puwedeng i-share sa live now or ano
Ay,
siya,
hindi pa pwede.
surprise?
Hindi pa
Okey,
pwede, baka
okey.
mag-fail. Kaya
'Pag na-post na lang na yung listing siguro,
pag
we
na-post
can
na lang, yeah.
oo, i-share natin sa Twitter and then maybe then we can talk and promote about it, promote it
Yeah.
dito sa ano natin, sa,
Oo.
ano ba 'to, podcast, sa episode natin 'no. So, ayan.
Yeah, episode. Yeah.
Alright. So, now, as promised, alam ko dalawa yung napili nating questions kanina na nasagot,
Okay.
'no? Sayang nga hindi natin naano lahat. Pero may top 2 questions tayo kanina. Kurisu IC, ayan, congratulations po and thank you. Pati na rin kay Gizmo. So, sureball na meron
Mga suki,
kayong 10,000, oo, yung mga suki natin.
doggy.
10,000 na Dogme tokens. So, alright. Now, for our next part, favorite ng lahat. My personal favorite as well, syempre, ang ating game. And this is going to be yung close-up game natin ulit, no? So, let me share na yung screen. So, kung bago kayo or if you're not familiar or you're watching this sa replay natin, the close-up game, basically, magpapakita tayo ng logo na naka-close up. And then, so part lang yung nakikita ninyo and then huhulaan ninyo kung ano ba yung logo na yun. So, paunahan po tayo. Okay, so let's start with this one. As usual, madadali lang 'to 'no, ayaw naming nahihirapan
Oo
kayo.
nga.
So eto po yung first natin at gaya ng na-mention, lahat po ng mga nasa close-up game natin, eto yung mga nabanggit natin throughout the episode. 'Yan, so madali lang 'no,
Nakakatawa.
oh. Ayan, merong sumagot, tama po ba ang sagot nila, Sir apeincrypto?
Let me see. Waiting sa sagot. Wala pa sa'kin. Wala pa.
Oh, akin meron na. Okay, pakita ko
Ano
na lang.
sabi?
So, yung first na lumabas sa screen is from Spitfire Orblings.
Oo nga, correct.
Ang galing ni Spitfire 'no, napaka ano
Ang
niya,
bilis, ang bilis.
oo nga, ready siya talaga, nag-notes ata, seryoso yung
Sapatos lang,
ano,
okey na.
pa-notes natin 'no. Kasi last
Oo.
time naalala ko sa Spitfire, naunahan siya. As
Oo,
in
yeah, yeah,
halos
yeah, yeah.
'di ba, halos
Yeah.
sabay sila nag-send,
Oo.
ta's kaya lang pangalawa siya. So 'yan, Spitfire Suki sabi ni Gizmo, oo
Ang
nga friends,
galing.
eh. Oh, 'di ba? Congratulations
Congrats.
Spitfire, 10,000. Bigyan din ng 10,000 Dogme tokens, ayan.
10,000 Dogme tokens. Uy,
Okay, so
malay mo
lipat na tayo sa next.
$10,000 yun, in the future.
'Di ba? Oo nga, hindi
We'll
natin
never know, we'll
masabi.
never know.
Kaya sa mga team, hodlers diyan, So, hindi natin alam kung gaano kalaki yung possibility lalo na
Yeah.
kapag nasabayan ng ano yan, ng bull market, 'di ba?
Yan,
Alright, so yung
eksakto.
next natin, eto. So, bigay naman tayo, Sir Ace, ng konting description kung ano ba 'tong logo na 'to, 'no? So, para hindi lang sila nakakahula,
Oh.
medyo
Alam
naiintindihan
nila
pa
'to.
nila. Oh, kakaano lang natin kanina, kaka-discuss. Summary ba?
Hindi ko na
Sige,
kailangan magbigay
summary.
ng summary. Alam na nila 'to
Alam
actually.
na fresh pa sa kanila. Ayan, may nasagot na. Eto, ang bilis din na 'tong si Eugene. Feeling ko hindi ko pa pinapakita, naka-type na yung content
Oo nga,
fly.
alam na niya.
Ano siya advance mag-isip. Congratulations,
Advance.
Eugene. Yes po, this is the logo of Content Fly.
Congrats,
Sorry,
Eugene.
hindi ko napakita yung buo kanina nung Orblings. So, ito po yung sa Content Fly. Ayan yung kanilang
Yeah.
logo. Yan, very, siya, colorful and creative. Yan. Actually, mas
Yeah.
gusto ko yung mga ganito, no? Parang may trend
Yeah.
ngayon sa mga logo na, parang minimal na hindi, ganun. So,
Yeah,
ayan,
tama.
very
Ang
attractive.
galing.
Ang ano sa mata, si
Yeah.
Palangga, ghost daw. Parang 2 episodes late ka na palang.
Ghost.
Oh, ayan. Sige, sige.
Next time
Alright,
na lang
so
ulit yung
yung
ghost.
next natin, 2 episodes late 'tong sagot ni Palangga, Hindi, akala niya makakauna siya dun sa ano. Alright. Okay, yung next natin na logo is this one. Ayan, mahirap ba 'to? Ano bang level of difficulty nito? Mga out of 5, 3, 4,
1. 1.
1?
1 lang 'to.
Wow! 1.
Kailangan complete yung
Oo,
sagot.
kailangan complete po. Puwede ba tayong
Yeah.
pumili ng nanalo na? Sige 'no, para
Um,
for this app gusto niyo or
siguro new winner.
bago, okey. Sige, sige, new winner daw.
What do you
Pero
think?
nakita ko na 'no, meron ng tama. So ayan, gayahin niyo na, kopyahin niyo na po yung sagot ng mga katabi
Kopyahin
natin.
niyo.
Sige, bigyan pa tayo ng konting clue. Ayan po.
Yan.
Yan, napaka-cute ng logo na 'to 'no.
Ang cute
Gusto ko yung
nito,
infinity niya sa taas. Ayan, so meron na pong pangalawang sagot. Palangga ICP, congratulations. Bigyan ng
Palangga,
jacket at
congrats.
10,000 Dogme tokens. Yes, eto po ang
10,000 lang.
logo ng Dogfinity. Alright, so let me show you the entire thing. Ang cute niya talaga, oh.
Trivia lang, actually ito yung
Ito.
isa sa mga pinakaunang finiture ko sa Medium article actually. Ito yung mga
Talaga?
pinurchase ko na mga unang NFT sa IC ecosystem. Kasi nga
Goes way back.
sobrang cute.
Oo nga mabubudol ka talaga sa cuteness nila 'no. Ang yun din maganda sa mga sa mga NFTs 'no, aside sa mga utilities talaga nila is kapag natutuwa ka 'pag nakikita mo sila 'no, iba yung joy, Yung iba hindi nila
Yeah,
naiintindihan na ano lang naman 'yan, parang i-print screen mo na lang gano'n. Pero hindi nila
hindi.
naintindihan
Yeah.
yung, parang
You owned it,
gratification 'no,
Yeah.
o yung satisfaction talaga na this artist mine, 'di ba? So
Yeah.
yan, anyway, congratulations po sa mga winners natin, 'no. Kurisu
Congrats.
IC, Gizmo, Spitfire, Eugene, Palangga, ICP, congratulations po. Alam niyo na 'no kung paano i-claim pero banggitin lang natin. Message niyo po kami sa official Twitter account ng ICP Manila. We have it linked sa description box if you're not following us yet. Ay
Yep.
nako, you are really missing out. So please follow us there. So and then yun, just message us na kayo yung nanalo. Sabi ni Kurisu, ang bait mo na. Ay ano sabi ni Palangga, Kurisu ang bait mo naman. Oo, kasi sa kanya siya yung naunang sumagot Oo, una. Sabi niya, bigay ko na kay Palangga, sabi ni Kurisu. Thank you so much. 'Di ba yan? So, basic learning for kids, yes, the answer is Dogfinity, kaya lang naunahan po kayo. So, don't worry,
Yeah.
every episode naman natin ay nagpapaulan po tayo ng mga tokens. So, please join
Yep.
us. And, Sir Abe,
Next week.
can you share with us yung ongoing natin sa Discord?
Okay. Yeah, sa Discord, meron na tayong Philippine flag. So, hopefully you can click yung Philippine flag sa Discord. Yeah, please follow kasi lahat ng kailangan nyo matutunan, malaman na news or updates na official actually coming from the foundation will be coming from the Discord. Mas updated doon. But of course, kung hindi pa kayo nakapag-follow, i-follow nyo na using the tweet that I sent para manalo kayo ng Orblings. baka manalo pa kayo ng Orblings. So,
Paano
sayang.
yung ano natin do'n? So, parang raffle ba siya? Or
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, I'll draw it via Twitter picker, but I'm gonna check lang yung Discord ID.
Yun,
Yeah.
nice. Sige, sige. Ano daw Twitter ko sabi ni yes, meron din po ako. So, lahat din po na socials ko nakalink sa description box, no? So, please follow us, be a part of our community because we would love to talk to you
Yeah.
during the live stream and even outside, no? Para makapag-ano talaga tayo, makapag-communicate talaga tayo. So, alright. Again, maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for joining Sir Ape in Crypto. Ano yan?
Thank you
Nagugutom
very
na
much.
ako, sorry. Thank you so much for joining us again for our fifth episode, fifth of many, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sir Ape, any final thoughts that you'd like to share with everyone?
Yeah, join us again next week. Meron tayo bagong pakulo malamang. And then,
Yon!
yeah, abangan nyo of course yung in real life na community meetup sa October.
Nice. I'm also very excited dyan, no? Sana ma-meet namin kayo in real life, lalo yung mga suki natin, no? And then,
Tama.
if you are in Team Replay at hindi niyo pa po kami napapanood ng live, hindi niyo kami natsyempohan, we are always live every Wednesday po, 7
Yeah.
p.m. Philippine time. So, you are very much welcome to join us para nakakasali din kayo sa mga pag-games natin, no? And you can directly ask questions sa mga
Tama.
napaka-interesting na mga projects na nag-visit sa ating mga episode. So yeah, again, your speaker, apeincrypto, and your host, Modern Mulan, thanking you po for joining us for this week's episode of IC Stories Manila. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Thank you guys.
Bye!
Bye-bye.